Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a distinguished Roman philosopher, statesman and playwright who existed from 4 BC to 65 AD, holds a revered place in the realm of Stoic philosophy. This school of thought advocates the development of mental fortitude and resilience, enabling individuals to gracefully confront life's tribulations. Regardless of one's station in life, inevitable trials and challenging emotions are part of the human experience. Disappointments, injustices, physical suffering, and illness are intrinsic to our existence. In the course of our lives, we must bid farewell to loved ones and confront the inexorable reality of death. These universal truths often evoke fear and are sometimes brushed aside, yet denial does not erase them. Rather, it leaves us defenseless and exposed. When adversity strikes, Stoicism offers an alternative approach. It advises proactive preparation for these trying moments by training the mind intentionally, thereby fostering the inner strength needed to withstand life's most formidable challenges. Seneca's renowned collection of writings, Letters from a Stoic, provides valuable insights and practical counsel on nurturing mental resilience. In this video, we explore 6 strategies for fortifying one's mental strength, drawing inspiration from Seneca's philosophy. These insights can empower individuals to develop the requisite mindset and tools for confronting life's difficulties with valor and equanimity. 1. Prioritize single tasking. Lucius Annaeus Seneca, in his wisdom, once proclaimed, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." This timeless philosophical insight underscores the paramount importance of living in the present moment and the profound value of undivided attention. When Seneca speaks of being everywhere, he refers to the pervasive tendency of constantly dividing one's focus, which in turn prevents us from wholeheartedly immersing ourselves in and fully experiencing our current circumstances. This fractured attention fosters a sense of detachment and hinders genuine connection. In our contemporary gig economy and side hustle culture, it has become commonplace for individuals to compel their minds to juggle multiple activities simultaneously. Although this multitasking approach may be perceived as an enhancement of efficiency and productivity, it frequently comes at the cost of inner contentment and mental well-being. Society often equates engagement in numerous projects with fulfillment and satisfaction, but we must not disregard the toll it exacts on our overall exhaustion and susceptibility to burnout. Seneca, in contrast, advocates for concentrating on a solitary task at a time to boost productivity and reduce disruptions. For instance, when engaged in reading, Seneca would advise us to dedicate our complete attention to the text before us. By immersing ourselves in the words on the page and eliminating distractions, we can unearth deeper meaning, attain a more profound understanding, and derive greater enjoyment from the act of reading itself. For instance, let's consider the scenario of studying. When we allocate our undivided attention to studying a subject, we can delve deep into the material, grasp intricate concepts, and retain the knowledge more effectively. This approach often leads to better grades and a more satisfying learning experience. In the workplace, focusing on one task at a time can result in increased productivity and higher quality output. When we give our full attention to a project, we're more likely to catch errors, generate innovative solutions, and complete tasks in a timelier manner. This not only benefits our careers, but also reduces stress and improves job satisfaction. Even in everyday conversations, Seneca's philosophy holds true. When engaged in a discussion, actively listening and concentrating on what the other person is saying can lead to more meaningful and fulfilling interaction. It fosters better understanding and empathy, strengthening our relationships. This deliberate focus enables us to sidestep the pitfalls of multitasking and scattered attention, fostering notable progress and excellence in our pursuits. Seneca held time management in high regard. He believed that time is a precious resource, and the manner in which we utilize it shapes the quality of our lives. Thus, focusing on one task at a time becomes pivotal for effective time management. Seneca acknowledged that attempting to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously leads to inefficiency and diminished productivity. When we permit ourselves to be pulled in various directions, our ability to be fully present is compromised. Therefore, Seneca encourages us to declutter our minds and devote our concentration to the current endeavor. By doing so, we not only enhance our mental well-being, but also conserve energy, boost productivity, optimize time management, and fortify our resilience against distraction. Through the practice of this principle, we cultivate a more profound connection to the present moment and develop an unwavering focus. 2. Practice philosophy to control your impulses. Seneca's wisdom echoes in his words. Philosophy teaches us to act, not to speak. It exacts of every man that he should live according to his own standards, that his life should not be out of harmony with his words, and that further his inner life should be of one hue and not out of harmony with all his activities. Seneca's counsel emphasizes the importance of action aligned with one's principles, urging us to live a life where our deeds harmonize with our words and our internal world remains consistent with our action. Seneca cautioned against succumbing to impulsive desires, which he saw as potential sources of moral weakness. He believed that unchecked impulses could lead to harmful behavior, unethical actions, and the loss of self-control. Among these impulses, Seneca identified anger as the most destructive and detrimental to our well-being. He regarded anger as a reaction to our inability to control or accept certain situations or events. Seneca viewed anger as a temporary madness that can jeopardize our sanity and have lasting effects not only on individuals but also on their surroundings. The destructive and irreversible actions driven by anger can sometimes lead to permanent damage. For instance, imagine you have dedicated extensive effort to a high-quality product line, only to have your superior reject your work for reasons you find trivial. This unjust rejection sparks intense anger and an unpleasant confrontation with your superior. While you might feel justified in your anger, the actions you take in the heat of the moment can result in unfortunate consequences. Once you act on your anger-fueled decision, it may be impossible to undo the damage. Furthermore, we often carry our anger or frustration from one area of our lives into others, compounding the negative impact. However, we possess the power to shift our mindset and adopt healthier approaches for managing overwhelming emotions. Seneca, in his work Letters from a Stoic, underscores the transformative influence of philosophy. He emphasizes that philosophy invites us to embrace a simpler way of living in harmony with reason and nature. Philosophy provides practical methods for navigating life with a calm and composed state of mind. Seneca teaches that philosophy can assist us in cultivating self-control and developing introspection. Through self-control, we enhance our ability to refrain from irrational behaviors, and through introspection, we carefully assess the worthiness of our impulses. This empowers us to make conscious choices rather than being solely driven by the impulsive urge of anger. An anecdote involving Seneca and Emperor Nero illustrates the profound connection between philosophy and the regulation of impulses. In the story, Nero, in a fit of anger, ordered severe punishment for a servant who had accidentally spilled food on him. Seneca intervened and seized the opportunity to impart a valuable lesson. He urged Nero to reflect on his actions and consider whether they aligned with the teachings of philosophy. Seneca reminded Nero of the Stoic principle of self-control and advised him to temper his emotions and exercise restraint in the use of his power. This incident underscores Seneca's ability to use real-life situations to teach philosophical concepts and guide his student toward a more virtuous path. From this account, we gain a profound understanding of the significance of philosophy in liberating us from the clutches of anger and unrestrained emotion. Seneca's teachings offer invaluable guidance for navigating life with a calm and rational mind. Through the embrace of philosophy, we acquire the tools necessary to lead a more virtuous and fulfilling life. 3. Stay prepared. To quote Seneca, rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck, all the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes. He often emphasized the idea that everything in life is, in essence, borrowed. This encompasses our possessions, relationships, and even our physical bodies. Acknowledging this fundamental truth enables us to reduce our attachment to external things and focus more on the present moment. Imagine a scenario where you own a beautiful house that holds deep sentimental value. By contemplating the fact that this dwelling is borrowed and could be lost or damaged, you can detach yourself from material possessions and find contentment in the here and now. Instead of constantly striving for more or worrying about potential losses, this practice of negative visualization, a concept Seneca emphasized, helps cultivate mental fortitude and resilience. Negative visualization entails purposefully considering and imagining worst-case scenarios or envisioning the loss of something cherished. By engaging in this exercise, we not only foster gratitude for our current possessions, but also mentally and emotionally prepare ourselves for the challenges that life may present. Let's take, for instance, a valuable piece of jewelry with deep sentimental value. To practice negative visualization, take a moment to visualize the possibility of losing or parting with that item. Picture scenarios where you misplace it, it's stolen, or you willingly have to give it away. As you vividly envision these situations, allow yourself to experience the associated emotions and reflect on a life without that possession. Furthermore, negative visualization can be applied to various aspects of life, including relationships, health, professional success, and more. For example, you can contemplate the potential strains in a beloved relationship, the challenges of dealing with a health issue, or the setbacks and failures you may encounter in your career. By dedicating 5-10 minutes each morning to contemplate these worst-case scenarios, you can seamlessly integrate this practice into your daily routine. Moreover, you can use negative visualization to confront your own mortality, a concept Seneca considered deeply profound. He believed that by envisioning our own death, we gain a potent perspective on life's ephemeral nature. This practice serves as a poignant reminder that our time is finite and urges us to live with purpose and mindfulness. When we visualize our mortality, we become acutely aware of the brevity and fragility of our existence. It steers our attention away from trivial matters and petty concerns, redirecting our focus to what genuinely matters. Through the contemplation of our mortality, we cultivate a sense of urgency to pursue our passions, nurture our relationships, and make meaningful contributions to the world. It encourages us to prioritize experiences over material possessions and fosters gratitude for the present moment. We learn to treasure the people in our lives and the opportunities they bring, and we confront challenges with resilience and determination. Engaging in the mental exercise of negative visualization and actively preparing for challenging situations not only fosters gratitude for what we have, but also equips us to take proactive measures to prevent or effectively address potential hardship. This practice cultivates a mindset of preparedness and adaptability, bolstering your confidence and composure as you navigate life's uncertainties. It enables you to face the unpredictable with a steady and resilient spirit. 4. Embrace hardships willingly. Seneca's insight is succinct. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Despite his immense wealth in the Roman Empire, Seneca intentionally embraced a lifestyle that at times mirrored poverty. He set aside several days each month to clothe himself in rough garments and consume meager meals. This practice wasn't born of financial necessity, but rather intended to temper his attachment to material possessions and fleeting pleasures. Seneca aimed to deepen his gratitude for what he already had, and more importantly, to cultivate the courage necessary to confront forthcoming challenges. This Stoic practice, known as voluntary hardship, involves actively seeking and embracing challenges that take us beyond our comfort zone. Voluntary hardship proves to be a potent method for mental fortification. Seneca likened it to physical labor, fortifying the body. Just as physical exertion challenges and strengthens our muscles, willingly embracing difficulties and hardships provides a workout for the mind. By willingly taking on challenges and enduring discomfort, we nurture resilience, discipline, and gratitude, ultimately fostering a mindset that thrives in the face of life's adversity. For example, picture an individual who fears public speaking. Rather than avoiding opportunities that require addressing an audience, they choose to confront this fear through voluntary hardship. They actively seek out chances to speak in public, such as by joining a local Toastmasters club or volunteering to give presentations at work. At first, the thought of public speaking might trigger discomfort and anxiety. However, by willingly subjecting themselves to this challenge, they embark on a path of mental fortitude and courage. With each speech they deliver, they push the boundaries of their comfort zone, gradually learning to manage anxiety, refining their communication skills, and building resilience to face potential setbacks. Through this practice of embracing the hardship of public speaking, they gradually reduce the grip of fear and expand their capacity to confront future challenges. This transformation occurs because they've actively chosen to face their fear head-on, a choice that demands effort and perseverance, but ultimately empowers them to conquer their anxiety and build confidence in their ability. In a different scenario, someone may voluntarily challenge themselves by taking cold showers regularly. Initially, the prospect of enduring the shock of cold water can be uncomfortable and daunting. However, over time, this practice toughens them both mentally and physically. It not only builds resilience, but also serves as a daily reminder that they have the power to willingly embrace discomfort and adversity. By practicing voluntary hardships like these, individuals strengthen their minds and bodies, ultimately preparing themselves to face life's uncertainties with courage and composure. They realize that many things they once feared are not as intimidating as they may have initially appeared. The key is to consciously opt for discomfort and challenges that push our boundaries and test our resilience. By deliberately electing to confront challenges and discomfort, we engage in a mental regimen that constructs resilience, discipline, and gratitude for the abundance we already possess. Through the active practice of voluntary adversity, we prepare our minds and bodies to face unforeseen and challenging situations, ultimately realizing that many things we once feared are not as formidable as they once appeared. 5. Shun victim mentality. As Seneca aptly stated, man is affected not by events but by the view he takes of them. Seneca emphasized the importance of the dichotomy of control and the concept of amor fati to steer clear of falling into the self-victimization trap. The dichotomy of control involves distinguishing between elements that are within our control and those that are not. Seneca believed that while external events and circumstances lie beyond our control, we do have the power to govern our own thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. This distinction empowers us to focus our energy and attention on what genuinely falls within our sphere of influence. Amor fati, or the love of fate, is a Stoic mindset encouraging individuals to embrace and accept every moment of their lives, no matter how challenging or difficult it may be. Rather than attempting to evade or resist these circumstances, amor fati urges us to love and appreciate them, recognizing that they offer opportunities for growth, learning, and personal development. In the modern world, it's all too easy to slip into a self-victimizing mindset, feeling targeted by situations or individuals. Ascribing negative meanings to people's responses or inconvenient situations can drag us into a downward spiral of self-pity, particularly in the current era, where social media platforms wield significant influence. Many unintentionally fall into the trap of confusing fabricated narratives for reality. By equating social media with actuality, we risk comparing ourselves to these fictionalized portrayals, which can fuel self-doubt and a sense of victimization. To illustrate Seneca's teachings, let's consider an example. Picture that you've diligently worked and aspired for a promotion at your company. However, when the time arrives, someone else is promoted instead of you. Initially, you may experience a sense of betrayal or injustice, blaming your superiors for their decision. This initial reaction stems from a victim mindset where you perceive yourself as a passive recipient of circumstances beyond your control. However, Seneca would advise against dwelling on these negative emotions and instead encourage the application of the principles of the dichotomy of control and amor fati. By understanding that your superior's decision lies outside your control, you can redirect your focus towards what you can control, your thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Instead of adopting a victimized stance, you can choose a more rational and empowered perspective. By embracing amor fati, you can view your colleague's promotion as an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. It becomes a chance to reassess your skills, seek feedback, and develop new strategies for future advancement. Rather than harboring resentment or blaming others, you can accept the situation as it is, learn from it, and redirect your efforts toward personal improvement. Through the application of the dichotomy of control and the embrace of amor fati, Seneca believed that we can evade the role of victims in the face of external circumstances. We can shift our mindset from one of passivity and self-pity to empowerment and resilience. Seneca's teachings serve as a reminder that our internal responses and attitudes are within our control, and by accepting and cherishing every aspect of our fate, we can discover strength and meaning even when confronted with challenges. 6. Embrace solitude for mental fortitude. In our closing quote from Seneca in this video, he advises, retire into yourself as much as possible. Seneca underscores the significance of dedicating time to solitude as a means of fortifying one's mental resilience. Seneca held the belief that by distancing oneself from external distractions and immersing in solitude, individuals can engage in introspection, self-reflection, and personal development. It is in moments of solitude that we encounter the opportunity to confront our thoughts, emotions, and inner struggles, nurturing self-awareness and clarity. To practice solitude, one can intentionally allocate regular periods for self-reflection. This can involve engaging in activities that promote introspection and self-discovery, such as journaling, meditation, or simply taking extended walks in nature. By deliberately disconnecting from the cacophony and demands of the external world, individuals can create a space for profound contemplation, self-understanding, and self-improvement. Let's consider an example to illustrate this concept. Envision a busy professional who spends the majority of their time in a fast-paced work environment, constantly surrounded by people and immersed in various tasks. By consciously setting aside specific windows of solitude, such as evenings, this individual can create a tranquil setting for self-reflection. During these moments, they may ponder their values, aspirations, and areas for personal growth. They might use this solitude to gain clarity regarding their priorities, assess their emotions and thoughts, and contemplate their actions and decisions. Through regular practice, they cultivate mental strength, resilience, and a deeper understanding of themselves. Seneca believed that spending time in solitude permits individuals to rejuvenate their minds, acquire valuable insights, and nurture inner fortitude. It offers an avenue for self-examination and personal growth, ultimately leading to a more enriching life. In conclusion, Seneca's Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights into how to develop mental strength and resilience in the face of life's challenges. The 6 key principles discussed in the video provide practical guidance for individuals seeking to cultivate a more composed and resilient mindset. By focusing on one activity at a time, practicing philosophy to control impulses, staying prepared, embracing hardships willingly, shunning the victim mentality, and spending time in solitude, one can enhance their ability to navigate life's uncertainties and difficulties with greater fortitude. Seneca's teachings serve as a timeless source of wisdom for those seeking to lead a more fulfilled and mentally robust life.